currently just walked through a very long, scary hallway by myself. Maybe I spent too long in the bathroom because I have not seen a single person, but following the signs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. So this is where I'm staying. Very, very nice. And then on the first day, we went on this little tour. This is St. Paul's Cathedral. Very nice. Oh, there I am. Very cute. So what we have here is the remains of a Roman wall built in 110 AD. Apparently, the wall was built by the Romans, and then it survived through medieval times, and then it was covered up, and then it was uncovered in the bombings in World War II. So that's what you see here. Down there, that little square is the remains. All right, and then I went to the British Museum. There's the Rosetta Stone for everybody. Yes, very nice pictures. Oh, she's so good. She's so cute. Very large column. Some Greek little statues things. Woohoo! And then this is the part of the Parthenon. It's just like the top part of it. Oh, there's David Tennant on a banknote. Slay! And then we went and we saw some plays. We saw one of them, which was called Faith Healer, which was whack. And then the other one was this one called In Clay, which was a one-woman musical about this sculptor. And it was awesome. Hello, everyone. So the main reason I'm doing this vlog is because I have to do a history project while I'm here. And the history project is to pick a topic and follow it as it evolves throughout different period styles of London. So this vlog is about London when it was occupied by the Roman Empire, or Londinium as it was called. And the topic I've chosen is comedy and also what I'm calling celebratory entertainment. So things like we would consider sports games or, stand-up comedy shows or things you sort of go to be entertained in a positive sense. So not necessarily like dramas or things that are going to make you cry, but more of celebratory events as well as comedy and how it evolved. One thing I found while exploring London is the Roman amphitheater. And so I'll be talking a little bit about the gladiators and sort of what I learned about them, which is actually really dark. Here we have the Roman amphitheater that was found under the Guildhall Art Museum. It was discovered when they were going to build the art gallery. And this is the pathway in which the gladiators would have walked themselves before entering their fights. Criminals and prisoners of war were forced to fight to the death in these arenas, which is something that I didn't know. I sort of thought it was warriors or soldiers that chose to do it versus being forced. People would go and watch people murder each other to the death. And this was sort of their sports game. This was as common as watching the Monday Night Football. Their celebratory entertainment was watching people murder each other, which is, something. It was a merry time for those in the audience, not those in the arena. So just imagine, rather than sitting down for good old Monday Night Football or the Super Bowl, just walking down to your local Roman arena and sitting down, watching some good old murder. Woohoo! And one thing that is somewhat similar is that while most gladiators did not make it out of the arena alive, as per the nature of the entertainment, those that did fight and were good and survived became celebrities almost, sort of like how we have famous football players or famous basketball players. And so rather than Steph Curry being the person whose jersey you're wearing, you're rooting on good old Emilius, your favorite gladiator, because he's killed all of his opponents. Whether or not they wore jerseys, I actually don't know. I don't know if anyone knows that, but it's kind of fun to think about. Not the murder part, obviously. And also, while I have you here, after I saw the Roman amphitheater, we went on a day trip to St. Albans, which also has a collection of Roman ruins there. We saw the excavated Roman theater, which was an actual theater. It wasn't an amphitheater, but it had it had a curved, you'll see it. I have clips of it. But one fact about that, because the good old Romans, is that they would often start off their performances with beheadings. Good old violence was a celebratory form of entertainment. So, woohoo! Rumor has it, if you come here at night, you hear the ghosts of the Roman actors singing the musical soundtrack of Hamilton. Spooky. Just found out that the stairs I'm using to get out of the tube station is the equivalent of a 15-story building. It's 193 steps. The line for the lift was really long, so I just went for it. It's actually less than I thought it was going to be. Now, the reason I was at that tube station was because I was going to see The Play That Goes Wrong, which was honestly one of the best plays I've ever seen. It was so funny. The whole point of it is that, like, their set collapses around them while they're performing. It was fantastic. Guys, who let me out? As you can imagine, I was fangirling pretty hard right now. It was just fun to see. There was a big line outside. It was awesome. Then I went on the Jack the Ripper walking tour. This is me at the Tower of London, where we met, and then this is us on the tour. I thought this was a fun little lit up building. It was a really interesting tour. I learned a lot about Jack the Ripper. While this is not related to my specific historical topic, this is an ancient temple from the Roman Empire. It was a temple dedicated to the god Mithras, hence why it's called the Mithraeum. They found it underground while building a different building. And then I went to 221B Baker Street to see if it was a real address, and it is in fact. It's the home of Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective, and there's actually a museum there, so that was very fun.